Well, this is Dr. Von Madden. I thought I'd show you something we used to build. Now, you've seen people build them inside these things. I'm going to build one on top and see what it does. I don't know how it'll hold up because you're putting metal to wood, but we're going to try it and see. And you can sit here and maybe pick it up and follow me as I'm building it. I haven't built one of these in a while. So I've got a bunch of these standard popsicle sticks here. Got a big box of them. I got some hot glue. Got myself a bottle cap, and I got this thing, a container of sucrets here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that down. Now, what I would suggest, if you're not sure it's going to fit, maybe sand the top of it to rough up the surface. So what you don't want, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm not putting any pressure on that lid. But we're going to see what we can do here. So right now, here we are with this. Now, I'm going to tell you, the mechanical side of this is probably not going to be anything to write home about, because it's just going to be one of my typical floating arm type catapults. But the cool feature will be when I show you what this thing, why we're putting it on our box. The idea is that you can carry your own ammunition with it. Now, granted, it's not pocket sized, but you'd be able to carry your own. You'd be able to have ammunition stored under it, which would be very handy to have. I actually built a box catapult before I started doing these videos that actually had like a mechanical mechanism inside of it, but it's a little too complicated. It's just it's a pain in the neck to build. They really are, because you got to do a lot more, stringing and pulling things across and cantilevering. It's very similar in some ways to that jumping monster box thing that I did. Alright, you can see right now how we got this wooden frame right up here on top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut down this right here. You don't want it quite as tall as some of the other machines like that, but what we're going to do is try to cut it down. Cut these sticks down, cut the ends off, and cut them down to about like that. So we're going to do that here too. And I'll be able to tell you real quick how many sticks we got on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. So, let me get this stringer out of the way. Now, the next step, we're going to grab another popsicle stick, because we're going to need a couple more of these dudes. Probably won't have as long an arm, probably not as long a range, but hopefully maybe tomorrow sometime during the day I'll have a chance to do some range test on it, because it's going to be I want it to be a very compact, low to the ground type catapult, because I don't want a whole lot of extra weight or make this thing too top heavy. So we're going to slide these. Alright, we are back. I'm just trying to get this camera resituated. Our batteries ran out on us again. I'm hoping that these batteries won't do that. I'm not real sure. They were laying over here. I don't know if I put them in my pocket when we went on our excursion with Michael, but we're going to let it see what it does here. Alright, you're going to take this piece right here. You're going to have another one cut about the same length. Now, what we were doing when this thing cut off was gluing those uprights right there. Now we're going to put another one right here to kind of support these two. Alright, we're back. As I was saying before, the batteries went out again, which seems to be a common occurrence with this. That's because I make a lot of videos, so we use a lot of batteries. What we're trying to do is get this glued into place here. We want that glued up here across here. And now we're going to put another piece down here, the bottom. The reason is you're going to have a slightly higher arc than you would normally would, and I'm going to reinforce this strut right here because it's not in there good. Nah, I got my fingers in the glue. Alright, see how that's loose? I'm going to go ahead and press this in. There we go. It's not perfect, but it should function. Now, the next step, we're going to cut another piece down. We're going to put it right here. Then I'll show you what this is really cool for. And we will hopefully do a range test in the morning if the weather provides and the situation provides itself. Lord willing. Now, as you can see, you really don't want anything interfering with the ability to do this, because you're going to be able to put ammunition in there. That's a magazine now, so you can store ammo. We're going to build another catapult arm right here. And see, you're going to have a fairly high arc. So what we're going to do, so I was going to cut this arm down, but at that high an arc, I really want to have, I'm going to put a couple of pieces right here. One of those is going to be a thumb peg so that you can draw it back better. I'm going to glue another piece here. Wouldn't normally do that, but the way it's set up, I do want a little bit of a spacer for the bucket, because that's going to change the trajectory, I suspect. Now, we flip this over. We're going to put a little bit right here, and what that's for is to keep your band from sliding off the end of your off the end of your arm. Now we're going to put one more on here, just to make sure that we've got enough on here. Now, you can go ahead and kill the glue gun at this point. And what you're going to do, slide this through and this through here. Now, it's going to be a little bit tricky to get this under, but you can do it. It can be done. I've done many of these in my day. Now, catch this and slide this over your arm like so. Up around here, pull this all the way up, and then hook this into place. Now let's see. Now you might have to put more bands onto it to strengthen it, but there you are. So what I'm going to do at this point is we're going to slide this one under, like so, between these two bands, and then back over onto itself right here. It's going to give you a little extra draw weight on it. Now, see. Now, I don't really know what the range on it is just yet. It's one way to find out. I'm going to go ahead and pull my, I'm going to put some craft beads in there for that. I've been using a lot of erasers anymore, but craft beads are still a very cheap ammunition, so they still make for a very good ammo. And see, you got a handful of those here. Once you're ready to carry this thing along, you just grab some airsoft pellets by accident. There we go. Let me go ahead and sort out these airsoft pellets out of this. Now, let's check one of these out and see what kind of arc we're getting out of it. And like I said, you guys will get to see the range on it tomorrow, but we're going to test it today and see what it's capable of doing here, because I kind of get a feel for it anyway. Now, if I do it one-handed, it's going to be a pain in the rear. Alright, let's try it two-handed like this. Alright. Let's pull that up a little piece here. You may have to add another band onto it, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is put another band on it. So what we're going to do is pull that around. Tell you what, let's unband this for a moment and let's tinker with this banding. If you're having problems with it, there's a lot of different things you can do to troubleshoot when you're building a catapult. And right now this is a new design you have seen me build on camera, and I told you how to do it as we're doing it, so I don't do that every day. What I'm looking for is a smaller band here. I'll show you what that's for. Alright. We're going to start by putting this band in place. Got a smaller band here. Slide this over. Like so. I want this like so. Now we're going to move this right up here. Hang on. There we go. Had to loop it across the top. Now we've got something to hold the arm into place. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pull this one here and do that on a much bigger scale now. I think. Loop it under and then over. Yeah. I know it's a fairly complicated thing, but you can figure out a dozen different ways of building one like that. So what we're going to do is we need something that's going to hold this up. So right now we've got it where you could almost do it like that. It's not going to be really great at it, but it would still hold up. So what we're going to do is just slide this under here. There we go. May end up, like I said, we're building this as we go. Something I don't do every day. So I've got an idea. But you see how I keep sliding up the arm? We're going to put us another piece right in here. Remember we had all these pieces of scrap stuff from the cutting off of the timbers for this thing. We're going to put us a groove down to hold that band in place. A band groove on it to kind of keep that arm, keep the torsion from slippy sliding. We don't need any slippy sliding. So we're going to put a, now you see, like I said, this is kind of how catapults are built. When you see me develop, when you see the video, this is kind of what we're doing. See how I got this groove right here? Now that can fit. See how that fits and it doesn't come off? I'm going to slide that and under and see if I can grab it from here. I may end up using my close up your scissors so you don't cut your band, and pull this way back. Catch it with your fingers. And then, hey, that worked pretty well actually. That's a single band too. Now, but the thing is now I've got it set right here, but the problem is now you see how it's sliding back. You got a binding issue right there. So what that tells us is that we need to try a different angle for this band. So what we want to do is thread this through like so. Thread this through like so. See how I got it laid in like this? Because that's going to allow you to keep this thing from slippy sliding here. Pull this band around. Hook it with your finger. Bring. Alright. See, you're going to want to bring this around over. Then over again. And then over again. Now, let's see what it does. There you go. Now you could probably put more than one loom band if you needed to. So let's see what we get. Let's see if I can grab a hold of a bead or something to launch with this thing and test it and see what it's going to do. Like I said, I've got a lot of different... There we go. Let's see what it does. Oh yeah, that'll do the job nicely, and you guys will get to see that one tomorrow. Now, see, now, for easy storage, you now have a place to store your ammunition. So, there you are. The cough lozenge, or Altoids tin, mangonel. This sits on your desk. You can keep your ammunition in it. And this is Dr. Von Mad building a different type of catapult than you've seen yet. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye-bye.